Alright, listen, the cat is out the bag. We all know that the best way to become rich in 2025 is by selling some kind of info product. I mean, look around you. Look at all the info sellers on YouTube right now. The creator economy is booming and it's only going to get bigger in the next years. In fact, it is estimated to surpass $500 billion in the next 5 years. And that's billion with a B. Now, if you look at history, there's never been a time where it was easy to make money. Yes, there were times when it was easier, but not easy. But right now, we're entering a whole new era, and some people call it the new digital gold rush. We're now in the era of AI and info products, and the opportunity that we have is unprecedented. Trust me, I've been taking advantage of this new AI and info product era. In fact, I've been able to make over $400,000 just last year with this new business model. And my student, Aymar from Spain, has been able to close his first creator just 7 days after joining my community. So in this video, I'm going to reveal how you can do exactly the same and take advantage of this new digital gold rush while it lasts, because it won't last forever. So let's get into it. Now, the business model I'm talking about is called AI infoscaling, and I'm the founder of this term. So if you see anyone else using it, just know that they took it from me. And I keep saying it because when it becomes the next big thing, I want people to know that I started it. But anyway, let's move on. To be completely fair, the business model in itself is not actually new, but it's just a new way of doing it. AI infoscaling is the natural evolution of growth operating. We partner up with creators and we help them launch and scale an offer. Basically, we help them make more money. You can start this business with $0, and even if you have no experience, you can learn as you go thanks to AI. The biggest difference from growth operating is that now we can leverage the power of AI to do 80% of the work for us. And let me explain exactly how it works. First, you look for creators on the internet who already have a bunch of followers and that make content about solving a specific problem. For example, you look for a relationship coach who teaches divorced dads how to get over their marriage and how to get back in the dating market. So you see how specific this is. You need to look for creators like this. Creators who target a specific ICP, which is ideal customer profile. An ICP is a detailed description of the ideal customer for your business. So in this case, it's divorced dads in their 40s who want to start dating again. Once you find a creator who solves a specific problem and targets a specific ICP, you move on to the next step, which is creating the partnership. You reach out to this creator and you partner up with him. You offer to run his entire backend and to take care of the whole marketing operations. You give them a content strategy, you tell them what to post to get the most amount of leads, and you are in charge of creating all the marketing assets. For example, you're in charge of creating a landing pages, scripting VSLs, email sequences, building funnels, and all that stuff. So you basically run the entire backend operations. That's why we call this a partnership, because you become an actual business partner to the creator, because you run the business together. You're not just a simple freelancer. So you can think yourself as a record label. When a record label signs an artist, that they take care of all the marketing aspects. The label gives the artist everything they need so they can only focus on making good music. And this is the exact same thing. You take care of all the marketing so that the creator can only focus on creating more content. So once you've created the partnership, you move on to the third and final step, which is service delivery and getting paid. Now, when it comes to service delivery, there are different ways of doing it, and it's going to be different for every creator you're working with, and it's also going to be different based on the type of offers that they're running. But to give you an idea of what it looked like, let me show you how you can launch a high-ticket coaching offer for a creator who is helping divorced dads get back in the dating market. First, you have to do market research. And you need to learn as much as you can about their audience, and you need to understand their pain points and their desired outcomes. And you have two ways of doing market research. One, you ask the coach or creator as many questions as possible about his audience, because he probably receives a lot of DMs and emails from people asking him questions and telling him what they need. And the second way of doing market research is by having a survey. So you basically create a survey and you're going to have the audience fill it out. And on the survey, you're going to ask questions to better understand their current situation and what is their desired outcome or dream state. You want to make sure that you do market research well because it's going to give you all the information you need to write the copy for all the marketing assets. So if you deeply understand their pain points and desired outcomes, the copy is going to write itself. You know exactly what to write on the VSL, the landing page, the emails, and everything else. Okay, so once you've done the market research, you're going to create all the marketing assets and you're going to push as much traffic as you can on the landing page. From there, if your landing page is good, people are going to book a call and then you take a sales call and you close them and you collect the cash. Now, this is how you get paid. You basically take a percentage of the revenue. Usually the percentage is between 10 to 30%. And let me give you an example. Let's say you help this coach make $20,000 and you agreed on a 25% rev share. That's $5,000 for you just from one client. So you can see the potential of this business and why I think this is the best business model to start in 2025. It just makes sense. So my advice is always to not ask for upfront fees or advances. And there are two reasons for that. First, the creator is going to be incentivized to work with you because they don't have to risk money up front. And you are going to be incentivized to work with a creator because the more money the creator makes, the more money you make. So it's a win-win situation. And the second reason why you shouldn't ask for an upfront fee is because then you can negotiate a higher rev share. And you have to remember that in this business model, the real money is not made on the front end, it's made on the back end. And I know I keep referring to record labels and artists, but I think it's just a perfect analogy. So if you were an artist, would you rather have a bigger advance about owning a smaller percentage of the song, knowing that the song is going to become a hit and is going to generate millions of dollars forever? Or would you rather have a smaller or no advance at all, but owning a big percentage of the song because you know it's going to make you millions for the rest of your life? Well, obviously the second option is better. And it's exactly the same thing with this business model. You want to pick the right creators to work with who have the potential to earn a lot of money, and you want to negotiate a high rev share. That's why you need to focus on quality over quantity. And one of the best things about this business model is that you don't need to have 100 clients to make good money. Let's take, for example, SMMA or AI automation agencies, which are now becoming very popular. With SMMA and AI automation agencies, you need at least 10 to 30 clients if you want to make between 10 to 50K a month. Now, that's a lot of work. And I'm not saying that these business models don't work or it's impossible to make money with SMMA or AI automation agencies, but I'm just saying it's a lot harder. Now, for example, with AI info scaling, you only need 1 to 3 good clients to potentially make between 20 to 100K a month. I know this for a fact because personally, my best month, I made over 100K with just 2 clients. That's why I teach to focus on quality over quantity. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, it makes sense, but it sounds like a lot of work. I mean, running the entire backend operations sounds hard, and I don't know if I can do that. And up until a couple of years ago, I would have said, you're completely right. This business model is definitely not for beginners. You needed to understand copywriting and marketing as a whole. And that's why the growth operating business model didn't really take off, because people realized that it was a lot harder than it looked like. Things have changed. We now have AI. And as I said at the beginning, we can leave AI to do 80% of the work for us. If before you had to spend days doing market research and scripting everything, you can now do the same thing in just a few hours. Now, let me be extremely clear. I said AI can do 80% of the work for us. I didn't say 100%. You're still gonna have to put in some work. So it's not easy, but it's much, much, much easier to make money today with this business model. You're still gonna need some foundations, some basic understanding of copywriting and marketing because AI is just a tool. It's not perfect. And even though it's gotten exponentially better, it still needs you to direct it. So you're gonna need basic knowledge of marketing, but thanks to AI, we can speed up the learning process by 60, 70%. So really, there has never been an easier time to make money. So if you're one of those people who are willing to work hard, then you can do in a few months what used to take years to accomplish. Okay, so now you might be wondering, if AI can do most of the work, why would creators need you? Why can't they do it themselves? And the reason is simple. It's because they're not fucking marketers. They don't know shit about marketing. So creators are good at one thing, which is creating content. They don't want to spend time learning all this stuff. They don't want to spend time learning how to script a VSL and learn how to use AI to do the marketing stuff. It's a huge waste of time for them. And imagine being a business owner or a content creator. You have all these things to do. You have to think about the content, you have to create the content, you have to record it, edit it, post it, and maybe you have employees, you need to talk to a lot of people all the time. It's just a bunch of stuff that they need to do, and they don't have the time to think about marketing stuff. That's why they'd be more than happy to work with you, because you save them time and you help them make more money. And those are the most valuable things you can do for any business owner. If you ask any business owner what they need the most, they need to save time and make more money. That's it. It's that simple. So this is why they need you. They cannot do it themselves. Even if they use AI, they wouldn't know how to use it properly. Now that you know all this, that we are in an AI info product gold rush, you know why AI info scaling is probably the best business model to start in 2025. I think it's the best. You know how to get paid. You know why creators need you. You have two choices if you want to take advantage of the current situation, okay? And I'm going to list the pros and cons of each choice. So the first choice you have is to become a creator yourself and you run your own offer. And I think if you want to do this, it's great. The payoff is amazing. You can make a lot of money doing this, but there are a few problems with it. First, you need to build an audience, and these can take months, if not years. Second, you need to show your face on camera, and a lot of people don't want to do that. And third, you never really know if your content is going to blow up. So it's a high risk and a slow approach, but if it works, it's definitely worth it. The second option you have is to help already established creators run their offers. So you help creators who already have a lot of followers sell their info products. Now, the cons with this is that you're going to have to learn a few skills, but it's not going to take you years to do so because now we have AI and we can speed up the learning process. And anyway, if you want to make money online, you're going to have to learn a skill anyway. So it's not even a con at this point. You just have to learn some skills. And the pros are that you don't have to build an audience yourself. You piggyback on someone else's audience. You can start making money fast. As I said, my student Aymar closed his first client just 7 days after joining the community. Now, I'm not saying that you'll be driving a Ferrari next month, but you can start making good money and replace your current income so that eventually you can quit your normal job and you can do this full time. And the third pro is that this business model gives you more freedom. You can make more money with less clients. And at the end of the day, that's the whole point. It's to have more freedom. Now, I think the second option is the best one, but that doesn't mean that in the meantime, you can't start your own personal brand. So you can do both at the same time, but at least you're doing something that brings you money instead of having to wait for your content to blow up before you start making money. So you'll see a link up here for the full growth operating course I made. If you're interested in this business model, you can take a look at that. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.